The Ravens got mashed up front. There were some subtle improvements in the fourth quarter, and we're going to look at those. But in large measure, we're talking about DBs coming up and making plays, not guys in the linebacking core, not guys up front. They got manhandled most of the game. And you can see right there the double teaming of the 3-tech and the edge contain here just pushed out of the play. The tight end just pushing Judon out of the play. A little bit of hesitation up front by the linebackers, and just a huge, huge hole. This is in the third quarter. Peters is just going to try to get outside here just to do that, and Earl makes the play. Probably a touchdown if he doesn't. Probably, unless Humphrey can catch him. This was all game. We're looking at San Francisco's fourth quarter runs just to see what we can see. They motion Kittle here. This is their first run of the fourth quarter. They've been double teaming the edge all game. You see as that shift or that motion occurs, you got Wormley here head up at 4-tech. He's going to just adjust just a little bit more of a 5-tech here. You see Bynes move over. He's aware of this double team, and he's going to shoot this gap before Kittle can get off that combination and make a nice play in the backfield. The other thing I'll say is the combination of Pierce and Williams. That makes a difference to me. That's the combination I want as much as possible. This is their second run in the fourth quarter. There are some pass plays that are in between, but I believe I have these sequentially. Another 3-yard pickup here. Another motion by Kittle. You see Thomas adjust to that motion. And that's big. Thomas makes this play. This is a touchdown if Thomas doesn't make this play. Does a good job filling, but you see these blocks that are taking place. This is the fourth quarter, when we're supposedly making these adjustments that really change the run game. But you see just Brandon Williams right off the ball, turned and sealed, out of the play. Ferguson taking himself out of the play. I don't know if he's coached to crash. I don't know what he's thinking here. But Juszczyk's going to get on Chuck Clark. Owasu gets, moved by Kittle. And it almost looks like to me, had the back cut it out wide instead of cut it into to that gap or that hole. He could have perhaps gotten the edge. Smith's getting blocked there. I don't know if Smith's going to be able to get off that block and make a play. But you see just guys getting dominated one-on-one by these fullbacks, tight ends. And Thomas comes up from the safety position and makes that play. Again, real big that he shifts with Kittle here. Looks like he has him in man. Nice play against the run by Earl. Watch it again. There's a couple things about this play that are real interesting that I would like to point out. The first is Brandon Carr. Brandon Carr just makes a spectacular play. I can't say enough about this play. And again, we're talking about somebody in the secondary coming up and making a tackle. He's going to split what is effectively a double team here. Beat 2 blocks. This is the right tackle coming to get him along with the wideout. He's going to get tackled by the wideout. Right there. And he's going to throw his body at the ball carrier, have the presence of mind to bring him down. That's just, I can't say enough about what a great play that is by Brandon Carr. Watch this. The other thing is Judon, the running back is motioned in to the backfield where Smith was covering him. You see Judon at the line of scrimmage. The running back is his guy, not so much in coverage, although he would be. He's going to try to outrun this back. And I think that's a strategy you might see employed. These linemen were getting off on Owasu and getting off on our linebackers generally. And you just take off running with the back here. and try to beat this second, this combination get off block. And Judon does it. Judon affects this run, but again, great play by Brandon. And I think so far as adjustments, you might see a linebacker closer to the line, responsible for the back, just shadowing him immediately to the flat, and trying to race him to the edge, as it turns out. This is great play design by the 49ers. Awesome blocking on the edge here by the tight end. Just absolutely collapses. Look at that. Absolutely collapses the edge. Really manhandles Patrick. Wormley's involved in this double team. He throws him into Wormley. Look at that. And look at what this orbit motion does to Matt Judon. It's a really nice design here. You can see that they do this sort of block to one side with Juszczyk, and then he will bend under the quarterback and come back around. Judon's eyes are to that orbit, and there's a big old hole, right? Because he's outside and kind of does the work there for Juszczyk. Peko makes this play happen too. I'll give definitely credit there. Definitely gets penetration, pushes the center back into the path of the running back. He has to cut outside behind Juszczyk. And then you just see your DBs racing. There's Humphrey racing to make a play and get out on the edge. Great penetration up front there, but just great pursuit and work by the DBs. This is I think the last run 49ers had. It's another 3-yard pickup. Judon this time really working hard to get out and set the edge. I think generally does a nice job here and gets off the block and gets in on the tackle. The DBs to me again are really central. Jimmy's going to stay home in case there's some kind of boot or action to that side. Earl does a good job here on this wide out. You see him take a few steps forward in coverage. Once he realizes it's a give, he is going to haul it towards the ball carrier along with the entire secondary. Chuck getting off this big old block here, getting outside. Judon making a play. Pierce kind of scraping down. I think that's Pierce getting in on this tackle. Fort getting off his block or under his block. But you see again, the DB's really doing the work along with Judon on this to get outside and make a stop. I think this brought up 4th and 1 there.